And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Hako Onna. The premise of this game, if you can look at the cover, that is one creepy cover. And in fact, the story in the back, this is the story. The scary men arrived. My father, in a panic, pushed me down into a way too small box. I heard my bones snap, but dared not scream. I heard angry voices, then nothing. Father never came back. I was left alone. That was a long time ago. I'm not alone anymore. Sometimes people come play. I like playing hide and seek. When I tire of playing, I eat. Yay! This is a horror game. One person is Hako Onna. Everyone else somehow got stuck in this house. We've seen this. Very typical horror movie, and there's some creepy kid trying to kill everybody in the house. That's how this works. Sounds really interesting. Let's take a look. There's a lot of little rules in the game, but hopefully I can give you kind of an overview. You're going to build the house together, which has 3 floors. The first floor, second floor, and the basement. You can go from the first floor to the second floor, and then you have to find the steps to the basement, which are here in the storage room. A area may have multiple rooms. So for example, first floor, kids' bedroom, living room, but this is kitchen and storage room. There's 2 different things in this room. And what players are trying to do is they're trying to sneak around in this place and find they're trying to get out, okay? There's 3 ways for them to win. To figure out the combination to the safe. At the beginning of the game, the safes can have 3 numbers. So here it's 4, 2, 1. It doesn't matter the order. It just matters that those are the 3 numbers. So if it's 4, 2, 1, that means 3, 5, and 6 are out here on the board. So if players can figure out as they search throughout the board, they're going to be looking for tiles. These are all going to be face down, but I'm turning them face up so you can see some things. If they find 3, 5, and 6, they can go to where the safe is, which is in the study, and they can tell the number, and if they get the number correctly, they then get the keys. They then got to go find the secret exit, and they can escape and win. Another thing that they can do is they can find the doll here, then find the bones of the little girl, take the doll to the bones, and they also will win. Now they can die, they can also kill Hako Onna, and at the beginning she's going to pick a weakness. Apparently a stake will take her through. So they're going to go through here and they're going to figure out, as the game goes by, they're going to figure out what she is not weak to, and then find the stake, go to where she's at, and stake her. So what a player is going to do on their turn is first they're going to try to not make noise. There are 2 ways to do that. One is with these discs here. So there's this board here that has a little white stone in it, and on your turn you pick the lowest number disc and you place it on top of that stone. First one's easy, second one's harder. You have to place it on without it falling off. If the whole stack falls over, you've made noise. Third one's even harder because it has a little disc on it, and eventually you're going to make the pile fall. You can also play with a big disc if you want to make it harder. And when you make it fall, then you've made noise. Now there is alternative ways. There is a group of noise cards that you can just draw from instead to try to figure out if you've made noise or not. But the visitor is going to try not to make a noise. Then they get to take an action. If you make a noise at any point, it's interrupted and it's Hako Onna's turn. On a visitor's turn, they have 3 different actions. They can move to an adjacent room. If they're here, they could go up to the second floor, then move into that room, etc. They can look at something. So if one of these is face down, they can peek at it. Now they're going to be all different things. Sometimes they'll find an item. Sometimes they'll find a number. These are going to be replaced as time goes by with these red X's. Sometimes they're going to reveal a diary number. You're then going to find the card that matches that diary and put that number on it. The reason you're doing that is because that's a power now that Hako Onna can use. So the more of these discover, the more that you will run into problems. You can find an item. Now, of course, you're going to try to find an item that will help you kill Hako Onna, or you're trying to find the doll so you can get to the bones, or you're trying to find the combination to the safe so you can get the keys so that you can get out of here. You're trying to find all this stuff. Here's the thing, though. If at any point you turn over and find Hako Onna, you're dead. Period. Now, she's hiding. At the beginning of the game, you know that she's in one of the 2 rooms that says grudge. So she's either in the red bedroom or in the kid's bedroom, in one of those spots. And she's going to have this tile, the tile that was there, will be placed in this location. Every time Hako Onna goes, she's going to point to where she is. That's her screaming and letting people know. Everyone then closes their eyes and she'll be able to move around. She'll also draw a diary card, which she may or may not be able to use depending if that number's been placed in the diary. Eventually she'll get to use them because those numbers will come out, but these are special abilities that you can play. Like, for example, if someone makes a noise, all visitors in the same room as you die. So there's all these special things that she'll be able to do to kill people. So again, visitors on their turn, their action is going to be move somewhere, turn over a tile, or they can use their item. At the beginning of the game, everyone is going to get a visitor item, and they're going to be able to use them. I'm showing you actually the advanced items because they're so much more complicated than the regular ones. They're not really. But you have this item and you can use it. The problem is, if you use an item in your same room as Hako Onna, she can scream and you're dead. There's actually a lot of ways for you to die in this game. Now, this all sounds fairly convoluted, and it is a bit convoluted, to the point where there are reference cards that show you all this information on them. But essentially, it's pretty simple. You're trying not to make a noise. You then take one action. If anyone makes a noise, which is going to happen eventually, using the noise cards or using the discs, then Hako Onna takes a turn in which she will move and possibly get a power and do things. Eventually, everyone is going to die. If you die, you can join her, and then you get to hide and kill people too. And once everyone's dead, Hako Onna wins, or the visitors can win if they manage to kill her, escape, or put the doll with the bones. There are a lot of different components in this game. The rooms themselves, I found them to be a little annoying. Yes, they have these red marks here to show where doors are, but it's really easy to forget that second floor hall and blue bedroom are 2 different rooms because they're in the same tile. I'm not even sure why they're 2 different rooms. I don't think it matters that much in the long run. There's a lot of pieces in this game. There are all these tiles. There's this disc thing, which is insanely hard. We'll talk about that more later. Now, the artwork for Hako Onna was good, and in fact, in the box itself, they have this game over, which you could put in front of someone's eyes so that when you wake up, you know, you see her and you're dead. I guess that's a thing, right? You know, you can do that. But oh my word, they have so many player aids that explain everything to all the players because there's so much going on, and yet the game does not feel that complex. The game also, even though it's a horror game, looks a little drab on the table. I just wasn't that impressed with how the game looked, unfortunately. Hako Onna fails on so many levels, and it's really disappointing to me that it just does not stand up. Okay, so component-wise, it's just not the greatest looking game in the world, but let's talk about the noise thing. First of all, that is insanely hard. You have to have pretty small, sturdy fingers to stack discs on each other. It sounds maybe interesting slightly in theory. It is ridiculously difficult. It is ridiculously annoying to do after a while. And so you go to the cards and turn over the noise cards, which is random, and you make noise when you make noise. That's really a frustrating thing. The idea of using a dexterity element for a noise-making thing, that sounds fantastic. But at the end of the day, it did not work for this game. Then, it's the game itself. Talk about complexity upon complexity for a whole bunch of things. If you do this, this happens, this. But when it comes down to it, the game is really, really simple and yet really boring. You are doing the same thing. Your action is move or look at a tile or use your item, which you rarely do. So your turn is, okay, do I make noise? No, I move. Next. Oh, it's my turn again. Do I make noise? I do. Okay, Hako Onna, take a turn. Now I move again. And then the same thing happens. Now I look at an item. You could be scared that you look at an item that and it might be Hako Onna, but the fact of the matter is, whenever she moves, you know where she is! And you know that she could only go to an adjacent room.
Now, yes, her special powers will let her do other things, but she has to prepare them. I didn't explain this in the overview because it's dumb and convoluted. On her turn, she can prepare a power card or take one back. If a card is prepared, then it could be used. And you know possibly which card she might have prepared by looking at the diary pages that you have found so far. Therefore, she might have these powers, and so you have to sit there and go, she could have this one ready. She did prepare a card. It could be this one. She could do this. The game should be oozing with tension. I should be sneaking around that house, hoping that I don't run into Hako Onna. I mean, this is like Betrayal at House on the Hill, in a sense. It's very much like Betrayal at House on the Hill. It is essentially one of the broken scenarios from Betrayal at House on the Hill. That's what it feels like. It's all luck. Find what you find her weakness, find the combination, find the bones, get them to the doll, just try to get it done. The rule book says Hako Onna is supposed to play like a game master, like maybe she'll get you like not play really hard. But why do that? I can play, for example, Scotland Yard or Fury of Dracula, both with the hide and seek type themes. Now in those cases, it's a group of people chasing one. So the one person chasing everyone is a kind of a turn on that, but those games both evoke tension because of the game mechanisms themselves, not because of the theme. This theme is a, well, I hate these kind of movies, but this is like a cool theme. This is a theme where you're like, ooh, where is she? She's going to get me. That's not a bad idea, but it doesn't work according to the game. The noise mechanism's messed up. You pretty much take boring turns. Hako Onna's turn is longer than everyone else's, and it could happen a lot if you make a lot of noise, and yet her turn is not that interesting either. It's kind of luck finding the right things to go to the right places. Where's the game? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to conclude it's not there. It's a curiosity. You look at this and go, oh, there's some interesting ideas in here. But they weren't put together well enough that I want to play it. Dice Tower Judgment. Scarily bad.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.